all or nothing here for Harstem, really, is all I got to say about it. Like, he wins this 2-0, he's through. If he wins this, if he goes 1-1, he isn't through. It's 5-5. Well, I don't know if he's even through, because he's tied against Haas. I don't know how it works at that point. I think it depends on who... I actually think it depends then on who did the best amongst the top players. And then I actually think it's Haas, because he 2-0'd Ryung, so Harstem really needs a 2-0 here to advance through this group and get into the playoffs. He is our red Protoss player. To the bottom right-hand side, it is Harstem. He's playing against the yellow Zerg player to the top left-hand side of the map from Sloth Esport Club. Give it up for game time. Alright then. So, our last series of the night as well, guys. I would love to thank you once more for all being here. I know I said a lot, but I'm feeling the love today. Loving that you guys are all tuning in. Loving the fact we got some great games to cast. Thank you so much to OSC for giving us the OSC Masters Cup 100 as our, something for us to cast. And yeah, I'm happy that we're getting towards the playoffs. It feels like this event's been going for ages with all the qualifiers we had for it and so on. I forget the fact we took a week out as well. It's exciting, but nice way to start off September by wrapping up this event. And we got many more events coming your way throughout September as well. Can't talk about them yet, but they are coming. I promise you guys, it's going to be really awesome when we get them. They're going to be really, really cool, and I'm super excited. I really, really am. They're going to be super, super awesome when you guys find out what's going on in September for me. So yeah. Following this Overlord, but there is a Stargate coming down here from Harstem just to sort of look to see what's happening early. Ling speed on the way up. A few Lings on the way out now from game time. 6 of them initially to deflect an early Adept or so potentially. And there is that early Adept coming over. Just wants to deny some information, which is what Harstem is, all Harstem really wants to pick up on. Adept comes on over, goes in towards the main base in a moment or two. Third hatches finished up from game time. Just a few more drones coming out, and the Oracle for Harstem as well. Very standard stuff so far at the start of this year. Who won the Haas vs Ryung series? Ryung won that 2-0. Speed does just finish up now in the main base. Sling Speed finishes up, a couple of gates just continue to come on down, and well, nothing really too crazy from Harstem's point of view. We'll see this Oracle moving across as a few Lings approach the front. Oh, they will sneak by though, actually, which is a little bit of a nuisance. Obviously isn't the best of situations here as the Lings sneak on in towards the main, as we're going to see the Oracle again just getting to work and picking away. As we do just see the Oracle just pick off those Lings. So nice cleanup. It does mean the Oracle has stayed at home for a little while longer than it maybe should have done. Twilight Council finishing shortly. Robo Facility from Harstem on the way up as well. Oracle comes over, and you'll see the Spore Crawl and the Queen here just going to be able to deflect it, of course. Not really much Harstem can go for. Glaive's on the way up, looking to just follow up in a fairly standard manner. As we do see from game time, Evo Chamber there. I mean, very standard from him as well. +1 melee most likely going in towards the Bane Nest, the Hydra Den, and all the rest of it. As we do see this Oracle just coming on down to the south side. Going to get ready to see what it can get up to. 4 more gates on the way up then, and yeah, well, 4 more gates actually. If he's already on 3 and he's only 7 gates feels like a lot, but I guess it's not too bad. We'll see how aggressive he gets with the Prism coming up and these Adepts. It's gonna be one of those moments where he just goes across the map and warps in a bunch of Adepts and just straight up wins. worth noting he doesn't have a Forge for a +1 upgrade, so really might just be looking to win this on the back of these Adepts. Only 42 probes. He's making a couple more now, though. He's making this a couple more now. He's going to start shading forward. 6 here initially. Glaive's about to finish up. What's actually up right now from game time? Hydra Den is finished. Ooh, the Hydra's a little bit of a weird one, because if you don't have enough of them up, they will just die before their damage output becomes like, you know, gets that sort of critical amount, I suppose. So, it is a little bit of a tough one. As we're going to be seeing these Adepts shading forwards again. The Queen's just going to take a little bit of damage, more Adepts warping in. I mean, Hydra's on the way out, but not in high enough numbers, I don't feel like just yet. As Harstem starts to run on in, I do feel as though these Lings are just going to keep on dropping, and the Hydras just aren't arriving yet. Now the Adept shit on top of the Hydras, they're going to start disappearing. Oracle comes in as well. Almost out of nowhere here. Harstem has just struck, and he has killed, really. Game time, there's really not much left over. GG, Harstem, just like that. Game 1 is in the bag. Sort of. Let's see how this goes. Top left side, our red Protoss player. Can he give himself the chance to move through into the playoffs? It is Harstem. Playing against the yellow Zerg from Sloth Esport Club. Bottom right from USA. It's game time. Yep, totally meant to say from there in the mix all of that. That makes sense. That made perfect sense, didn't it, loves? Couple drones on the way up, probe on the way out, and early game, just going to see a probe coming in to force a pool first here, or to force game time to move over towards the third base with the hatchery first. Either way, it will be just a slight nuisance here for game time early. Makes a drone, doesn't make a hatchery still. Game time. 400 minerals does get the hatchery down in position actually, so he gets away with it. Sneaks it down there, the probe. Maybe not as moving around as well as it should have been able to. Yeah, a bit of a weird defense there. Kind of game time being a bit greedy, going straight up to lair and just bypassing the Baneling nest. Without the Banelings in that last game, it's very difficult to hold an attack like that because the Adepts come in at a timing where the Hydras are just getting killed so quickly. Like, the Hydras just die so fast to so many Adepts, and you just don't have enough of them. Like, you put 15 or 20 Adepts up against, 15 or 20 Hydras up against Adepts. Adepts will just melt because the Hydra damage output is so much faster, and it just chunks away those Adepts so quickly. But you put, like, you reduce the numbers, and the Hydras just don't kill things fast enough before they die because they are so squishy. And the Lings obviously don't, do too well against Adepts either. Wardy promised me 2 casts this weekend, and I'll sub. The problem is tomorrow, I don't know if I have anything to cast. That's my current issue. I'm going to stream something tomorrow. I just don't know what I can stream. It's the sort of day where I would usually stream some StarCraft, playing StarCraft, but maybe I can't because of my wrist. So I don't know if I have anything to actually cast tomorrow at all, but Sunday we will be casting the OSC Masters Cup playoffs, same as on Monday. So we'll be here Sunday, Monday, and yeah. I mean, I can't really promise something on Saturday. Like, what can I say? Like, if we don't have anything to cast, we don't have anything to cast. Sad face. It's a bit too late to start setting up a tournament as well, because I just wouldn't get the sign-ups, Me leaving you today disappoints you. I've got to leave at some point. I've got to go eat. I've got to go, chill out a bit. Now I've got to come back and do some YouTube work. I've got stuff to do tonight, lad. I got stuff to do. You can't cast all day, every day. Also, we're running out of games to cast. Like, this is literally the last replay I have to cast. We have nothing left after this, so it's a shame, I know, but that's all I can do. Robo facility on the way up here from Harstem. You see the Dark Shrine coming down. Game time sees it. Not necessarily the end of the world for Harstem. I mean, seeing the Robo and the Twilight already would kind of give the intention of going Dark Shrine in this situation, just because of the timings of it all so far. 6 Zerglings on the way up from game time. Is going to be seeing Lings just gathering up in towards the center, pushing on through here. Game time going to be, looking to see what he can maybe get going for himself. As the Stalker, a little bit of a dance, but does get caught. Lings get the kill. Harstem with 2 more gates on the way up, and he'll add a 4th as well. He is going to go up to 4 gates total. Lings working their way through an Adept. Lings is going to keep on working their way through the Cybernetic Core. So Cybercore take quite a lot of damage here, I gotta say. Robo Facility starting to make a warp. Prism going to see there's a Adept warping in. The Cybercore's dropped though. What's going on? All of a sudden these Zerglings are just here. These Zerglings are just here and suddenly the Cybercore's died. Wow, that was kind of crazy. I didn't really realize this kind of Zergling attack was going to be so, such an issue. I didn't think it was going to have such an impact, you know? DT's warped in, but obviously DT's warping in defensively right now is not really what Harstem was aiming for with this build. He wanted to warp them in across the map and trying to get some damage done, obviously. He's going to be seeing the Prism loading up and moving on down towards the bottom right hand side. Finally, Harstem going to be able to get this damage going for himself, but he still needs 1 more DT to morph in the double Archon. I mean, Game Time has had so much time to prepare. So many roaches on the way up. Lair is finished, so Overseer can come into play. This 4th hatch might get cancelled for a moment or 2, but really not for very long. 2 Zealots even warping in here. And as we set up into this. And this Archon just coming in and we'll be able to pick off the Overlord. So Overlord goes down. And we're going to see these, it's going to continue working their way through the hatchery. It's going to drop in a moment. With the roaches coming in as well, they are going to be able to pick off 1 Zealot, and the Archons will back away. Fed next is coming in on the low ground. Harstem is really kind of digging at, he's really trying to dig deep here to just get set up. He's having some trouble. He really is having some trouble right now as that Nexus is on the way down. Game Time will not be able to do too much more about it. Archons coming in towards the mineral line, and we do see drones starting to drop as well. Some good pickoffs here, 5 or 6 workers. Finally, Harstem getting himself some damage done. After Game Time's been controlling this game and the pacing of it for the last few moments, so nice to see Harstem finally getting underway with his damage. Atomski coming in with the sub. Guys, getting some love in the chat from Atomski. Atomski. I never know how to say it, but I'm going to go with Atomski. Had some hearts in the chat for Atomski. Thanks for subscribing, man. Do appreciate it. Man, our push to 200 subs is so sick right now. We've pushed so heavily over the last few days, it's insane. At 177. The road back to 200 is insane. Alright, you guys going to be seeing the Spore just going to push that Prism away. We're just going to continue to work their way through those rocks as well. Overlords starting to spread themselves out slightly. Still these Archons just looking for more damage, looking to keep the Zerg player at home. But Game Time is actually setting up in kind of an aggressive setup, you know. He's actually got so many roaches right now. And I feel as though it might just be time for him to push across the map aggressively. Does he even have upgrades? No? He's just got roach speed, and here we go. Big roach attack coming across the map. Now, this is the issue with this base. It is very open in comparison to this base here, which is a bit more choked up. And that could actually be causing major issues now that there's so many roaches coming over the map. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we go. Roaches are going to set on up. Creep is spreading down from these overlords. And the roaches will start to push on in. Zealots charging forward. Sentries going to be here as well. Just going to. I mean, Harstem's got nothing. The roaches just surround everything right now. And the pylons are dropping so quickly. I mean, triple overcharge does good damage. The Archons return home, but too little, too late, perhaps. These overcharges are still doing a lot of damage. The roach ravager numbers are starting to thin out just slightly, but is it enough? I actually really don't think so. I really don't think so. Roaches on the low ground are still fighting here. There's roaches on this base, and there's a contaminate on the robo to deny another immortal popping out. Game Time is going to stop Harstem from having any chance of moving through this group. This is going to be it. This is going to be GG, I think. Probes keep on dropping. This really is just about it, all done and dusted, I think. Now he pushes on through. The immortal micro on the prism is still not enough so far because these roaches are just keeping on pushing in. Harstem is 15 workers ahead still. He can afford to lose a few. He just doesn't have any units to actually come and actually ever kill all these roaches, right? This immortal is going huge right now. 15 kills! 16, but not many more. He doesn't get, oh, he does get to 17, but now he gets taken down. And that's gonna be it, right? Another Immortal's popped out. Can he be the hero we need right now for Harstem? Is he the one we've needed all this time? I think the answer is no, sadly. This Immortal is going to be very low. It may go down shortly. Another Sentry drops the force field, but the pylons have been broken through again as this Immortal gets picked off. Oh no, it's still alive. The Immortal, hero Immortal is jumping around, trying to save the day, but Harstem, he just really doesn't have a way to save this anymore. That's it. GG. Game Time takes game 2 and ruins Harstem.